Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday session. Got the whole crew here. Get ready. We're going to finish off talking about the managers. We're going to get into some of the results from the weekend and some other breaking news. So let's get into the show. Boom. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
We are up and away, Sunday session. Well, how are we all feeling after a weekend? Early start for some, late for others.
That sucked.
Good. Didn't suck for me.
Well, we've had a fun weekend. I mean, look, interesting, the games, but we'll get into that in a little bit. We thought we might get stuck straight in this morning. Last week, we were into the backroom staff and the management, and we got all the way up to, I think it was Richard Hill, but I've got the rest of the team here, and we're sort of going to get into that today. So I'm pretty excited for this. I think it's going to be a good session, and we've only got sort of really the top end coaching staff to go. And so I'm just bringing those guys in now. So we're just looking at it, and we were up to Richard Hill, who was the fitness manager. I couldn't remember whether we covered him or not. Can you? I think we did, guys. Do you? We're not 100% on this, are we?
50-50. 50-50.
Actually, I don't think we did. I don't think we spoke.
I wasn't here, so I don't know.
Okay.
Because we absolutely would have mentioned McLean quite a bit, and I don't recall talking about him.
Yep. No, you're probably right, Paddy. Well, there we go. So we'll do it now. So he is the fitness coach, Richard Hill, and he has been with the club for a little while now. So obviously your fitness coaches, as I'm bringing up the presentation of the page, so just give me a second, guys. So probably one of the most important roles in the backroom staff, I would say, because he's got to really, and here he is here. So
clearly we're fitness as at our end of the spectrum, as you can see.
Well, who's our fitness coach? They're clearly failing.
Our fitness coach is Four Walls Whiskey.
Yeah, but he's only 26 years old, and he started out in 2019, and he only was there for a year as a sports scientist at Southampton, and then I can't quite read who that was for with women's football. He was the sports scientist from 2020 to 2021. And then he was the Ipswich sports scientist. So
is that because you can't read it? You're old, or is that because you just can't read it?
Can you? No, the logo that's next to the women's football there, it's too small for me. So, and yes, I'm old, and B, I can't read. So got to be pictures. Yeah. Now, he started in 2022 with us, and you look at some of these players, it's interesting that he would have to do individual programs for each player, especially when it comes to recovery, coming back from injuries. He would have a general list of things that the squad has to go through. He would be running through all those guys on match days, pre-match days. The guys that are training, like Mendy was out there training against Northampton, but obviously wasn't even in the squad. And they would have set routines that they'd have to go through for each day. Your thoughts on this, boys?
Well, because the squad is always rotating and guys are coming in at different levels, I think it's obviously important. And we're talking about the science now that goes into football players. They're not just drinking pints of beer and smoking cigarettes at halftime. It's very, very important, especially as you go up the leagues. So 26 years old, that's quite young. I mean, it's close to my age. But it seems to be
times two.
Yeah, it seems to be a good opportunity for him, and I don't know what that says. You're right. I can't read that small print there too, but it's awesome. And you're right. These are prime athletes, whether League One, Championship, Prem. It's all about fitness and staying healthy, and especially when you're at this level.
and then you have the fact that they get programs, but then you have the players that go above and beyond, Paddy, like McLean, for instance.
Yeah, he's just crazy. I put up a video of him today, and he had Andy Cannon in his house, and they were playing virtual boxing. So he's just training at home every bloody day, out in his garage, doing his own training there, and then at the gym all the time. So you get these kind of crazy nutters, Irish as usual, that just go crazy like this. He takes it too far. Well, maybe not for him, but most people wouldn't be able to do the same sort of stuff he's doing. That's why he's playing at his age, at this level.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I mean, look, we'll move on. We'll move on from Richard. We'll get straight into the next part of the backroom staff, which is Aidan Davidson. My apologies. Who is the goalkeeping coach? So now that's a really interesting. I mean, very specialist position for him. He's 56 years old, so he's closer to Josh's age than probably Richard Hill, and from Northern Ireland, but born in Sedgefield in England, and he literally he started in football by the looks of it in 2004 with Colchester as an assistant manager.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And did that for 4 years there until he moved on to the Hull under-21s from 2009 to 2011. Then the Destroyers, who I don't know. Does anyone know who that team is? Destroyers?
In Arizona? That's probably a USL team, no?
No.
Well, interesting, the next team there from 2016 to 2017 is FC Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Then Sporting AZ.
It's Jacksonville, the Jacks Destroyers.
Okay, so it's in America. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We have bad names. We have bad names for teams.
Yep, Sporting AZ as a manager. So he was a manager there from the under-21 team in 2009 all the way through to 2018.
I'm not going to make the comment.
Okay.
I'm not going to make the comment. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Y'all can figure it out if you want. I'm not going to make the comment. I'm just not going to do it.
Oh, childish.
Sorry, Ken.
No, look, I'm concentrating, so I'm totally missing the joke, boys. Sorry about that.
There's two jokes there.
In the comments?
No. Nothing.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, what we've got here then is obviously I'm going to move on. I have no idea what Josh is on about.
I can't. I gotta go.
There we go. That takes care of that. So 2018, he moved over to being a goal coach at Poon City, wherever that is. I honestly do not know. And he did that only for 1 year, and then he back to being a manager for Laredo Heat from 2019 to 2022, 3 years, when he was recruited to Wrexham in 2022. So would you say, as a goalkeeping coach, looking after, obviously Mark Howard, who's now probably helping out with that, I would have thought in a few ways. And then you look at these young guys like McNicholas, AO, and then you're bringing in guys like Burton and so on and so forth. And watch those guys, they almost go through their own separate routine away from the rest of the squad all the time.
I mean, he seems like a great goalkeeping coach, but I will say, in my younger days, I'd go to Poon City quite a bit, but then I got married. So
there we go. You guys are kidding me. Okay. And Hip Karma's right on him. You tell him, Hip Karma.
And on that bombshell.
No, I
Oh,
don't know.
Oh,
I
I don't know
can't.
what to say about the,
I broke. I fucking broke. I'm over. I can't. It's great. Sorry. Go ahead. Back to the show. Sorry.
There we go. And who have we lost now? Now we've lost Aaron.
yeah.
Okay.
He'll come back when he's ready. He needs
That's
a shower,
right.
a cold shower.
I apologize, but I couldn't just leave that hanging.
Ken did all that research. So goalkeepers are obviously a different breed, as you know, Ken.
Yeah.
So they go and they have their own. I don't want to say like side culture in the team, but they're different breeds. So they're going out and they probably train a little bit differently than the outside players too. But I think that I think we've recruited well for our goalkeepers with AO coming in and with Burton. Granted, Burton's injured, but having Howard yesterday coming in and doing bits, I think it's great. It's great.
Well, I don't know whether he supplied a deck chair for Howard yesterday or not, because I mean, poor old Marky Howard. I tell you what, he wouldn't have had to do too much of a recovery session yesterday, because he was basically just sitting there chilling out.
Yeah, he had to refill his cocktail. That's what he had to do. Ooh.
Yeah. Sorry. Interestingly enough, most of these, like Richard Hill, Aidan Davidson, and David Jones, who I'll bring up next, were all recruited in 2022, a year after Phil Parkinson and Steve Parkin. So clearly those boys have brought him in. And David Jones is, he is another assistant manager for Parky. So here he is. He's 40 years old. He's got English and Welsh citizenship.
Is his name Lou?
And when we look at,
let me say that. Lou?
He had a long playing career. So he played for Man United, Josh.
Well, not lately, because they're terrible. Holy God, they're terrible.
In 2003, he was in their under 18s. 2004, he was in their reserves. And 2005, he played in the top squad. And he played for them again in 2006. He played for Wolves, Wigan, Blackburn, Burnley, Sheffield Wednesday, Oldham Athletic. And he did play and now he is obviously working, here we are, as a manager. It's saying he retired as a player in 2022 at Wrexham. So I don't know. He may have, but David Jones.
Yes, he played. Yes, he played at. He played at Wrexham. I believe he went to. I think he played in the. What's the tournament called? Like the 5-on-5 tournament or whatever it is here in North Carolina.
Oh yes, yeah.
I want to say he played in that this past year.
The TST.
Yeah, the TST.
Yeah,
I think David. I think he. Pretty sure he played on the team.
Mm-hmm. So he was technical coach 2021, and now he's assistant manager this year. So, and he was, and he is the reserves manager.
Oh wow, yeah.
So I mean, look, he's obviously now learning his trade as a manager underneath Parky and Parkin. So probably not too much to say about him at this stage, because I'd say he's basically got his training wheels on as a manager.
Mm-hmm. They got to bring them along too, as well.
Yeah, well, it's all part of the thing. It's all part of the growth of the club, isn't it? I mean, and then, well, now we move into the top two. The angry men on the sideline, I'll call them.
But before we do that, Ken, It seems like there's a couple of people in chat that actually are just a little bit lost with our topic today, because maybe they didn't realize it's continuation from last week. So let's maybe just give a quick rundown for them, just to catch them up.
Yeah.
What's
Well,
going
last week we did do all the we started working on the backroom staff, and we talked about the dietitians and the physios and everybody else. And this is the continuation from that. And then after we finish this, we only got 2 more to go. We will get into some of the breaking news as well as some of the things coming up from the weekend. So we've only got Steve Parkin and Phil Parkinson to go. So there is 59-year-old Steve Parkin, born in Mansfield, and has been Parky's assistant coach for a while now.
He's the consigliere.
Yes, he is. So if you look at his, let's go back. As a player, he played in '83 for Stoke under 18s, then was promoted to their main squad. Then he played for West Brom. Then he played for Mansfield Town, who's coming up for us in next weekend.
Yeah.
And after that, he retired. But he moved straight on from playing for Mansfield to being a manager for Mansfield. Interestingly enough.
In 99. So he was what? Late 30s?
Well, from 96 to 99, yeah.
Yeah.
He was the manager. Yep. Then Rochdale, Barnsley, back to Rochdale, Hull, Scunthorpe. Then in 2011 is when he started working underneath Phil Parkinson, and that's where he's been since.
Well,
so for Bradford, Bolton, Sunderland, and Wrexham.
A good number 2 makes the number 1 good. So I think that they have a good cadence, and I mentioned this a lot about him being a great man manager, Parkinson. I think Parkin is a huge part of that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And
yeah, he's very much he's that fun. He's got that fun attitude that you really like in an assistant coach, that keeps things light sometimes. He'll still get dead in your ass, but also you can tell just by the stuff we saw in the documentary, you can tell he likes to keep things light sometimes and have a little bit of fun. And that's the kind of coach you like to have as an assistant, So yeah, the him and Parky being the very serious, straight and narrow type of coach, and then you got his number 2 that's a little lighter. Let's have a little fun, but still keeps it serious though. You know what I mean? I like having that dynamic in the backrooms.
Yeah, I think so too. They're obviously a good fit because they've been together for, 14 years now.
Yeah, Parkin absolutely seems like the type of coach / manager who can walk into the room, absolutely chew you out for a shit performance, and half an hour later in the canteen is just cheering everybody up and getting it back to normal afterwards. Right, we've told you off now. Let's go back to normal.
Yeah,
but when he does it, it's like, oh shit.
It means business. Yeah, means business. Yeah.
I like the story that Parky told about when he first hired him. He'd talked to a friend that had him on his staff, and then kind of mentioned his name and said you ought to bring him in. And he called him and basically said, "Look, the money's shit. The squad's not that great.
Yep.
But it's a job." You know what I mean? And he said, "All right, sounds good." So it's a pretty funny story. Pretty funny story.
He's ride or die with Parkinson. Let's go. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yep. And talking about the main man, he's our last guy. So he's the main. He's the guy that it all falls on at the end of the day. 57 years old, born in Chorley, and he has now preferred. They in here they have preferred formation.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Love it. Wouldn't have been a very good quiz to pick Parky's preferred formation, would it? Yeah. So then we go. Oh, what's up on there? Yep, here we go. So in 2003, he was the manager at Colchester. Then Hull, 2006. Assistant manager at Charlton, 2007. Moved up to manager in 2008 for 3 years. Then Bradford, 2011, which is when Parkin joined him. And so they've been Bradford, Bolton, Sunderland, Wrexham. So and you can see now, this is his second longest tenure. So his longest was 2011 to 2016 at Bradford, 274 matches. Currently 191 matches with Wrexham. Points per match. I love this. This is like I feel like Paddy. 2.05 points per match.
Is that XG?
That's
Yeah. No, but then I morph into Aaron. Like,
hey, 2.05 points per match. That's promotion form, boys. So
Yeah.
It better
it's
be.
no accident. We've got 2 in a row. Looking for a third.
yeah.
Third incoming for sure.
And it shows how hard it is to be that successful. When you look at the other teams as manager, Charlton, Bradford, Bolton, Sunderland, 1.45, 1.46, 1.15, 1.46. So pretty tough.
Yeah.
Pretty tough. But I mean, look, he's going well. He could get us there this year again for the three-peat.
When we get out of there, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm looking at the stats here in front of me. Parky has now had 203 matches in charge of Wrexham. How many has he won?
186.
You heard the percentage. Can you do it fast?
186.
No.
203. It'll be 120-ish.
100. Yeah, I was going to say 130. Ballpark 130.
126.
126. Yeah, there you go.
I was going to say that. That's pretty good.
Sure you were.
Except you added 50 and didn't.
Except I added 50 of it. Yeah, I was going to say it, but I didn't do it.
Oh, you got the wins plus your age, Josh.
Yeah, it's like it's a whole deal there. By the way, someone who's old school, probably from like when we were the local pundit was like at under 100. K2 Ritos in the chat. Dude, that smile chart would be shorter than my bank balance. Talking about Parkinson when he smiles right there. But K2 Ritos, old school, by the way. Just want to let everyone know there when no one was watching the local pundit. Awesome to see that in there. I need to shout
That's a
that
bit
out.
scary if he's coming back now. Does that mean we're going to go back to no one watching?
Well, you keep bringing up Poon City, and yeah, I could shit the bed real fast, my friend.
You're the one that went there, mate. And I see someone did. I see that someone did give us the pronunciation Poonee.
Oh, it's Bruce, right? Is that Bruce?
There's lots of different ways to pronounce it depending on where you're from.
Yeah, depending on your age range of maturity. If you're, there you go.
We got to get away from this before I make a bad joke. And get canceled.
Well, I mean that covers off all the backroom stuff. We've done that over two shows, and I mean it'll be interesting to see as that builds out not only the playing squad but the coaching squad, because that will be built out bigger and bigger as we grow as a club as well.
Well, someone brought one up. Sorry, Patty, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say before we do move on, Parky is extremely approachable. I did get to meet him when I was over at Wrexham, and whether it was going in before the match or actually even more so coming out of the match afterwards, he gave his time to people, including myself, just to chat about nothing in particular, but he seemed interested. Now, look, you never know truly whether someone is or not, but considering he would do this on the regular, he must get similar talk all the time from people. And he hasn't let it bother him in the slightest. And of course, when you're leaving the ground, you can just walk away, get in your car and leave. You know, you're tired, you're at the end of a day, you've been dealing with all the stress and whatever, but he still took the time to hang around and chat with people. So he's a very approachable person off the pitch.
Yeah. I second that. We talked for the second half of the 45 minutes here at UCLA during the women's match, having a beer. I'm like, yeah, I'll fight for you. I'll go out and play for you. Absolutely right. I think he studied sociology, right? Am I making that up? Or I could totally be making
Probably.
that up. But to your point, Patty, like he's just a guy, you know what I mean? Football guy, you know, sit and have a pint with you for sure. And he didn't need to do that to anybody. And I rewatched, by the way, Patty, when you did approach him at the race course, he was going in. You're like, "Hey, I'm here with my wife, local pundit, whatever," and he directly right to you and just had like at least a minute exchange with you, which was awesome. You know, he doesn't have to do that.
So, boys, well, what else do we want to cover off on this morning? What do we want to cover next? Do we want to talk about?
I got you. First things first. We need to cover this because this was very big today. The Wrexham women 5-0 win over Swansea City in the Welsh Cup. Congratulations to them. First win against Swansea of one of the big two, Swansea or Cardiff, since they've made it to the league. Really just dominated. I was able to watch maybe the last 40 minutes or so. I got in a little after halftime. Fantastic stuff. There's a little article off the website I'll read a little bit from. The Wrexham AFC women progressed into the final four of the Butte Energy Welsh Cup after a thrilling 5-0 victory over Swansea City at the Rock. Abby Indenden and Ava Suckley both netted in a thrilling first half showing as the Red Dragons took control of the clash early on. Liv Fuller made it 3 just after 53 minutes, scoring yet another goal to continue her fine form in front of goal before Idenden, that's a hard name to say, Idenden put the fixture beyond doubt in the 64th minute. Swansea attempted a late fight back despite an uphill task, but Rosie Hughes netted a 5th and final goal to book their place in the Butte Energy Welsh Cup semifinals in style. Steve Dale named a strong side for the Red Dragons clash against the Swans, a side that have historically managed to get the better of Wrexham side aside from their informed 23-24 season opener. That was a draw. So yeah, big game. There was an injury. I believe it was Liv Fuller. Really terrible tackle. Should have been a red card. I don't know if you guys saw it. Anybody else saw it? Terrible tackle. Should have been sent off. She only got a yellow card. Fuller had to be helped off the pitch. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but didn't look good. But it's really poor when you're down, and I think at the time they were down 4-0, and so it's like a chance to take out one of the better players, knowing that they're playing, next Sunday, I think, in the league, and that match determines which team makes it in the top 4. If we beat them, we're in the top 4. They beat us, they're in the top 4. So it was garbage.
Karate Kid on sweep the knee.
Yeah, really, really disappointing that she didn't get a red card and sent off. It was terrible. So,
Techie said it was
wanted to mention
card too, and he said the ref was very poor. So is Mertland, and then Bruce. Too, on your point, the last 5 games against Swansea have had 5 goals, but first 4 of the 3 were by Swansea. So so everyone's backing you up on that. There you go.
Interesting too, Aaron, that there was a few comments about, I know in the Discord and a few other things saying like the last couple of teams that had played Swansea had played a high press and they really struggled with that. And
that's what we did today. Really, really pressed them high. They struggled bad trying to build out from the back, turn the ball over in their own half quite a bit. They could not handle our press, so we tore them apart. It was very it was very good. Michael Hillier, I think he had already made some subs. We had subbed 3 or 4 already at that point, because I think when she came off, we made one more sub, like maybe 2 more. So, but it was basically we'd already started subbing players off. So, I wouldn't blame Dale for that.
Here's the subs that came in: just 64, 53, 71, and 71 minutes. He made subs right there. So. He's working in that. He's working on that final, that final third of the second half.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, congratulations to the women, though. Congratulations to them. Great win, and hopefully next week they can get a big win on Sunday and make it into the top 4.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yes, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah,
into the
this is your classic cup versus league scenario. So we've got the 2 big matches. We had the cup first and we took them out. Now you have to go and do it in the league in order to stay up in the top 4 before they split the league. So the next one is potentially the bigger one, but this one does allow the girls to win silverware. So
and it gives them some confidence going into that match, knowing that we can put in this type of performance against them.
I wonder who in the women's team is the James McLean. That's who they need to get.
We do need a James McLean.
Get in there and get at them. That would be awesome. So no, I mean, look, that's fantastic.
What was Lovett? No, or Lightfoot? I could be wrong. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there was definitely calls that they were considering that if they did injure players in this match, they play them again next in the league. So there was talk of putting in tackles a bit heavy on purpose, in that it wouldn't hurt them if some of our players went down and weren't available for the league match next.
There we go. Welsh techies on it.
Phoebe.
There you go.
Well, you go, Phoebe. We're here for you.
Set the tone.
Yeah, you got to set that tone for sure. Yeah. No, it's congrats to the women. That's great. Bruce also says have to beat Swansea. Swansea hold 4th with a draw. And Bruce, by the way, if you're not in our Discord, please get in the Discord. Bruce does a teletext of the games every game, trying to get him to do a watch along, but I don't know if that's going to happen for the women's game. But he does do a teletext of all the games for in our Discord. So fair play to him. Awesome. And Leapin Sarah says, Mac out Rosie if you piss her off enough. There you go. Yeah.
Well, after watching Rosie in Welcome to Wrexham, I do have a little soft spot.
She's great.
Yeah.
She's great. No, that's great. Congratulations to the women there too, and long may it continue. Here we go. I see you have something queued up there too, don't you?
Just in case we wanted a quick topic.
Yeah.
Well,
we can do that, Ken, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, no, let's go on to Paddy's, and then what have you got for us, Paddy?
Okay. I have the auction for the Birmingham shirts. Wrexham versus Birmingham shirts is finished. It ended a couple of hours ago. So the results are in. Now, who in the Discord has already seen the graphic I'm about to bring up?
I have.
Anyone?
Yeah.
Okay. Aaron? Did you see it?
I have not. I haven't seen them.
Okay. As you are the only one who hasn't seen it, then pick the top 3. Which shirts made the most money?
Mullen. Macca. And Lee.
Okay. Would you like to put them in order? Or is that the order?
That's probably close to the order. I don't know. It's a
That's
guess.
Okay. Okay.
We'll go with that.
Boom.
Palmer's up.
So Mullen is number 1. Palmer came in at 2, and McLean came in at 3rd. All of them very close together. If I can read the small writing on the screen here, it is £1,861 for Mullen, 1,841 for Palmer, 1,597 for McLean. And there were a few others pretty close. Ratbone is in 4th, Cleworth in 5th, and then I put up the total. So the total that was made for all of the shirts you can see there is 18,470. It was also including 2 shirts that were team signed.
You know what this
There's
all
a reason-
LAFD.
There's a reason why Aaron's called the Oracle. Seriously.
Was Lee not? Did he not play or something? Did I? I don't even see him on there. I don't see his jersey on there.
Play. Lee did play, but his jersey's not there. Maybe he gave it away or kept it, or something happened.
Dang, I got screwed on that deal. Not that I would have picked Palmer. I don't think I'd have picked Palmer though. I'd probably went with.
I would have picked
Josh.
Somebody. Yeah. Okada went with O'Connell just to stir up the chat.
all to a great cause, LAFD. That's what this is all going for, right, Patty?
Yes, that's fantastic. That's a fantastic cause.
Yes.
Amazing.
It is. And this graphic is in our Discord. So anybody in the Discord may have seen this earlier. So I'm going to post it again for anybody who hasn't joined us. Come in there. You'll get lots of nice little graphics like this from time to time. And you can see it in detail, and lots of other discussions there too. Yeah, so, like I said, nice and quick, guys. I don't think there's much more to say about that.
No, it's a great cause. And did I put in for the Palmer one? You'll never know.
You'll never know till it's hanging in the back wall there, right behind Josh.
You'll never know.
Who Palmer shirt ends up hanging in the back wall. I'll eat my local pundit hat.
Green or black? Green or the black one? Yes. Palmer's always welcome in the house. TLP definitely needs to look into a sponsor shirt for next year. We are trying to. Ken said he had something, but he dropped it. We'll figure it out. We'll definitely do that for sure.
What are you talking about?
See what he did there? He just threw Ken right under the bus. That was awesome.
What are you talking about?
You never even saw that one coming, did you?
Yeah. I didn't even hear what did he say? What did I say I'd do?
All right, so let's move on to Elliot Lee, who was absent from the squad.
Now,
Yeah.
Hang on. Before we move on, while you said Palmer, I just checked.
Before we move on, Paddy, just give me a second. There we go. Okay.
I just checked Palmer's results for his shirt, and the last 3 bids that came in were all American, different Americans too. So there was a little bit of an American bidding war. He seems to be liked by Americans.
Yeah. I think he's very popular over here.
I'm in America.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah. Was that the anonymous one? Yeah, there you go. No, I was saying, Ken, we're trying to sponsor one of the shirts for the club.
Yeah, next year. I'm on it.
Yeah, next year. Yeah,
I'll have it hanging at the back. It'll be all good.
Well, because they'll have the championship badge, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
We'll all go over. We'll all go over against Man United. We'll watch the Man United game at home.
Ronaldo,
right?
yeah. Wrexham versus Man United in the championship next year.
In the league, yeah. Right? Is that the one we're going to, Josh?
Well, so how do you do like a reverse baptism, where it's like, I know you never change your club, but how do you just remove something from your, like, how do you do a full like bleach of your past? You're like, I don't want to know anything about it, and you want to just like, I never supported that side, and I'm just going to move on. Is that possible, or is it totally?
You did that.
One thing I'll tell you what would help. Stop live streaming, doing live watch-alongs for their games. That would help.
Okay.
Because every time you do one, we kind of remember that. Oh yeah, he's a Man United fan.
Yeah.
And we can give him all kinds of shit about
Josh, as the Roman Catholic here of the bunch, I do know what the word for that is, and it's called an exorcism. That's what you need. You need an exorcism with lots of holy water.
Oh, well, does liquid death count?
Well, as soon as you baptize it, it's holy.
Yeah.
Well, not baptize it. Bless it.
Bless it, yeah.
As someone that knows a little bit of what you're talking about, how many Hail Marys and Our Fathers is Josh going to have to do when he goes to confession?
Well, that's the great thing about our religion. You actually don't have to do shit until you're on your deathbed. So as long as you don't get hit by a truck and die instantly, get yourself a few minutes, get yourself a nice priest. Say you're sorry, and you're all good. You get to go to Catholic heaven.
Pretty much dedicated my life to Wrexham at this point, so I think we can move on a little bit too. But by the way, the power of Christ propelled. Yeah, what movies?
I just switched it off because I wanted to switch it on as well.
Yeah. I'm not like some of those other guys and gals out there like it never happened. Like, it's evolution. Listen, it's sad. God damn it. Okay, so liquid death water. There is a church literally around the corner from my home. So maybe we'll do that. We'll figure that out. I love it. My God.
I'd get down there now because it might save you some time the next time.
Yeah. Are we all going? If we go to Wembley, by the way, are we all going together as a team, the TLP team?
Geez, I'd love to get to Wembley. It'd be far for me, unfortunately. On short notice.
He's not committed. He's so uncommitted.
I don't even have a damn passport, so
no pay for it.
Passport first.
No, Welsh Techie will pay for us all to go over.
There you go.
Yep. Done. Let's do it.
Okay, I'm going to tell a story.
Yeah.
Right? I have already told my wife about the potential of going to Wembley.
Wait, let me protect you. Let me protect you, Patty. Do we want to put this out there? I'm just, common courtesy. Do we want to put this out there? Are you okay?
Put it out there, Patty.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, being the lovely wife that she is, we have arranged to fly over to London to spend 2 nights there before flying out of London to go on our anniversary holiday, just in case we're there.
There you go.
That
Awesome.
is
2 days in London just in case.
Yeah.
And then we fly out.
Oh, yeah. Honey, for our anniversary, what we should do is go to London. We might have to take a detour. That is
we might have to go to Wembley.
Yeah.
While you're there, tell her it's a surprise. It's a surprise.
But see, this story would have been so much funnier if Paddy had organised it, because then he turns up and he goes, Josh, fancy meeting you here. Aaron, fancy meeting you here.
John Merrill's like, if it turns out to be Bradford and Posh, we're all morons. It's true.
I know, right?
But Patty did that second level of just like, honey, I'm thinking about you. And how many years, by the way, just out of curiosity? How many years?
Don't ask that question.
Okay,
Yeah, if you don't know the answer,
he doesn't know. Why?
Okay.
Shut up.
Throwing people under the bus this morning.
Shut up.
I'll see you in Posh City or whatever the hell it's called. Whatever the hell Poon City, whatever you put up there earlier.
Well, John mentioned it. We'll all look stupid if it's a Bradford v Posh final. Why don't we quickly cover off the Virtue Cup now?
I just saw a Jackie.
Yeah. Wembley is so romantic.
Wembley is so. Let me do it live. Here we go, honey. I'm gonna be Patty. I'm gonna do Patty. Here it is. I'm gonna do
I want the accent.
I can't do the accent. So imagine it is in Patty's way. Honey, listen. I love you so much. You do so much for this family. I'm thinking for our anniversary this year, what we should do is we should go to London. Let's spend 2 days there, maybe 3, depending on. Well, what's the date? Yeah, on the 13th of April. I really want it to be special. Wembley's great this time of year too. If we go there, let's do it. And she was like, honey, I love you too. Boom. On the plane, Ryanair, they're right there. There you go. Is that how it went down?
I think the Wembley might give it away.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah, you might want to leave that part out.
Well, in fairness, do you want to know what our bloody screensaver is?
Oh, here we go. What is it?
I'm not in it. Just as a point.
It's
We get a softball here.
Cats and the kids.
It's herself and Mullen.
This is all.
You might get to Wembley and she might ask for a leave pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
So good. So good.
Meanwhile, it'll be like Posh, and it'll be Bradford City, and be like, honey, he's not here, but we're still here at our anniversary. I love it. Oh, there's love in the air. There you go.
Oh, so good. So good. Well, I've been thinking about this actually, our Posh game coming up. I'm starting to feel like it's going to be a mostly second string squad.
No, you're drunk. You've been. What do
You have a look at how tight the matches are back to back on that.
I'm not.
Hang on.
Ken.
Anyway,
I'm with
we
Ken
can
on
put
that.
out
I
our
don't
second
think it'll-
string.
Yeah.
Right.
We can put out our second string squad because we're going to hammer the shit out of Peterborough.
More
It's
importantly,
done.
hey,
It's guaranteed.
more importantly, I don't think they'll field their first
No.
team squad either, because they've got a load of games too, and they've got to try to stay the fuck up.
Yeah, and Ashley's coming on, by the way.
I
Ashley
mean-
has to come on the 25th, whatever the
Yeah.
hell it is.
Now,
He's gonna come on. This
I-
is great.
Now, I just thought of something, and I probably shouldn't say this. I'm going to say it because you know what? There's 0% chance this is going to go wrong.
Oh,
This
boy.
is the last.
Oh,
This is the
no.
last.
If we fail, this is your.
All right, I'm going to put this out to the world. All right, Ash is coming on our show, so Ash, if you're listening to this, how about a little bet? If we beat you, you have to wear a Wrexham shirt on your podcast. And if you knock us out of the competition, I will wear a Peterborough shirt for the week of our shows.
I
I
think
like
that's a
that.
fair one. That's it. So who's going to buy a Peterborough shirt? Where do you find one?
It's okay. You just go down the local market. They're about 10 quid each.
I was going to say the second-hand bin.
Yeah.
Well, just go to the trash can after one of their matches.
Done. Clip that up. Tag it. Someone in the chat. Clip that up. Put it in there and tag Ashley. And all, by the way, in good fun. Don't be mean to anybody. Yeah, that's all in good fun.
As a true Wrexham fan, I almost want to see us lose.
But-
How dare you?
oh my God, Ken! This is the
How
local.
dare you?
local
I'm thinking of the content, Paddy. The content will be great.
The content will be fantastic.
The Poshcast does a good job. Ash is a good dude. I like him a lot coming on. He's John Merrill coming on from Birmingham City. But yeah, it's been dropped down, and I'll second that too. If they beat us, I'm so confident we're going to beat. Christ, Patty! What
Oh my God, here we go. This is Josh again. This is Josh again doing stuff that Josh does.
I'm not doing, and then he's not going to do it anyway.
That's
I'll wear
right.
the colorway. I'll wear the colorway for a week on the shows.
The color.
The colorway. I'll wear their away kit.
Okay.
Yep. But Patty,
Aaron?
he's coming on.
Aaron, you and I'll just watch this.
I'm not doing shit. These guys are nuts.
Well, I mean, you already threw your missus under the bus with a thing in the back. You haven't recovered from that yet. So there you go. Oh,
I
God.
didn't throw her under the bus. I thought she did a great job.
I think she
She's
did a
the one
great
that
job.
doesn't like it. She doesn't
Oh,
like it. She wants to redo it. So
John Merrill, I love it, by the way. John, could you imagine the watch along? Patty would be in tears. Josh would be throwing everything. It's all good. It's all
that
good.
will be a rager. If we lose that game, it will be a rager. Extra time after that one will be something.
John,
Go ahead.
Josh says shit like this all the time. And this is just one that is, this team just is touching Paddy's buttons. So these two, they're away. They're off and running. They're off to the races.
Yeah. And Ashley is going to come on the show. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Can't
Love
wait.
Yeah, can't wait. Should we move on to Elliot Lee? Little news of the day.
Okay, let's get that one. Yeah, news of the day. What's going on with Elle?
Well, other than I'm a little concerned about this. Did you guys see this today?
No, I have not.
I have, but it didn't surprise me.
Patty, see this?
I'm aware of it, but I didn't read the article.
Okay, so this is something I think we need. Sorry, his face cut off there too. Actually, I'm just going to bring it down because we know what it is. I'll just read the article here. So there's an article here in the Leader, and it says, "Well, Elliot Lee won't be rushed back after sustaining injuries in a car crash." Okay, Bill Parkinson won't put a timeline on Elliot Lee's return to action after Wrexham's top scorer sustained injuries in a car crash. This concerns me a little bit. He goes on to say it's difficult to put a timeline on that. and they're not going to rush him back. He also quotes and says, Elliot Lee got a bit of a trauma in his body in general, and obviously bruising to his rib cage and some muscle damage there. We don't know the extent of it yet because we just want things to settle and then bring him back in this week. Well, it says Elliot this weekend, but obviously we just want to give him a bit of time before he comes back in. We'll assess Elliot this week, but obviously, what does that mean? Elliot's a key player for us, top scorer. We need him back. Obviously, that we got to make sure he's right. Obviously, Paul Mullen has his injury with his shin. We had the injury, the car accident from Macca. He came back the next day, which I didn't totally agree with. He goes on to say about Moles. Moles is fine. He's fit. He trained well last week. He looked really sharp and back at the end of the week. But I wanted to go with Fletch and Jack on the bench for this past game. I wanted to get the balance of the bench right, and I felt that we did that. 2 shouts right there. One, let's start with Elliot Lee, and I don't like the sounds of this.
Nope, that doesn't sound like it'll be a quick one. The good news, here's the good news. Andy Cannon's coming into form. So we have a player that can play a similar role and be a good backup. Plus with the midfield that we played, even though I don't love it because it is a little defensive for me, they showed this weekend that they can score, that with that midfield against Northampton. So yeah, I think we're okay. We've got good cover in the midfield. I don't think it's the end of the world. So yeah, but it doesn't sound like this will be a quick return for Lee.
John says no timescale code for months out manager. We don't know. We have nothing on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with it. Yeah.
I was about to say that, but not months.
Yeah.
I was saying you were at least talking 3 to 4 weeks because
maybe a month. Yeah.
Otherwise they would hide it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need to make that type of statement if it's
He's
just going to be 2
surfacing
weeks.
it. He's just we made a statement. Didn't give you all of it. We made a statement. Yeah. Do you believe that's right?
And you don't need a statement if it's just 2 weeks.
Yeah,
then you just cover it with he's fine.
Mm-hmm.
He's training. He'll be back in the squad when he's back. Simple.
In
We're giving him a bit of extra time.
Yeah, in 2 separate occasions, I've had a cracked rib and I've had bruised ribs.
Mm-hmm.
And ribs are the slowest recovery because you don't feel injured, and then literally you just can't move, and it's like you just slightly the wrong way, and it's just like. So he could be 6-8 weeks if it's bruised ribs. That's how long it could be.
Those are very cryptic, deliberate words that he put in there. I'm not going to put a timetable on it. Bit of trauma to the body in general, and obviously bruising to his rib cage. He said obviously bruising to his rib cage and some muscle damage there. So is that because
none of that's obvious?
What?
None of that's obvious. Like using the word obviously, rib injury. No, none of that is obvious whatsoever. Deep muscle tissue damage, bruising. Okay, yeah. I mentioned that about Macca, saying that it could be 24 hours before, proper bruising comes up and you start to feel it, and it impedes you at that stage once all the swelling happens. But yeah, that's an unusual one. The comment you just put up there about he was released and discharged that night. I'm not surprised at that. They won't keep you in unless there's a specific reason. So that is something positive, because Lee has the resources for private medicals and scans and everything else that he needs. If he's able to function and move around and doesn't need a hospital stay, then he'll go home and he'll get private care and scans and everything else through the club. So that's all they needed to be checked at A&E.
And the truth is, if it's ribs, there's really not a whole hell of a lot you can do for him anyway. Yeah. They just got to heal up.
Yeah.
He said rib cage. I don't know. Maybe he actually misses about that a little more, but it's a muscle damage there. So was it the impact? We don't know that. We don't know. There's no pictures.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. But those are very deliberate, cryptic. So let's assume.
As an expert at smashing cars, you know this, Josh. You've seen what I do for fun.
Yes, I do.
a shot to the door can cause some damage.
Yeah.
So if somebody, pulled out and he didn't see him or something, he caught him in the door, that, it very easily could get some rib damage. So.
Good.
Oh,
there you go.
No, you'll be back in a sec.
Good shot right there. David Wood said, "This is great. Love the global fan base. I'm in from Seattle. Welcome in, David Wood. Thanks for coming in. Please smash like and subscribe to the local pundit. We're on our way to the road to 2,000 and then 50,001 live every day news and update show. And we have 4 shows for you like on the local pundit network during game day. So awesome. This is Middle America, Finland, and Australia and Los Angeles." Cover you, awesome. So thanks for coming in. We also seatbelt thing.
Come join us in the Discord.
It's funny about what Hip Karma just said. So, all right, for those who don't know, I do demolition derbies for fun. So I literally get in a car and I wreck into other cars for fun. It's a blast. I love it. But to what she's saying, I actually I don't wear a shoulder strap for that reason. I just wear a lap belt just to hold me into the car. So I don't wear a shoulder strap because I'll get real bad. My neck will hurt real bad the next day, and my chest and my ribs will hurt real bad. So I quit using the shoulder strap. I just cut it, get rid of it, and just use a lap belt to hold me into the car when we do demolition derbies.
Why don't you have a 5-pin?
Because it's worse. You can't turn around. You do a lot of driving backwards, so I got to be able to turn around. I got to be able to move in the car. And actually, what we found is, for me, the more my body can,
What is that? It was a 5. I didn't know what a 5-pin is.
Okay, so it's like a 5. It's like a harness where it's got like a lap belt, shoulder straps, and it comes up in between. It all buckles together. But you're like, that's what race car drivers use. In a race car, you're just like this. You're straightforward. Demolition derby, I got to see backwards. So I've got to move in the car quite a bit, so just the lap belt works out better. And what I found is, the more, when I get hit, it kind of throws my whole body instead of just my neck. You know what I mean? So it's a lot less sore the next day.
My back and my neck.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. This seems like I hate to put it this way. They're keeping a little bit from us, and probably they should. We have coverage in the midfield. We have Big L, who's down, obviously, and we have Cannon, who's coming in. We have Rathbone. So, and sadly enough, we had just said, with our signings coming in, WREXfast Lee coming back into the midfield is going to change it. So this definitely changes things. You know what I mean? Oh, Jesus.
You have no idea.
Well, Michael Hillier mentioned back up in the comment there, Ashfield, and I'm all in on that. Bring him in on the bench, give him a go. I feel like if you want an attacking mid in there, buddy, I'm a big fan. So I would love to see that.
Yeah, sorry. Let me just clarify something too. Nicky D, this is a small contained demolition derby. Yes, wear your seatbelts, of course, 100%. There you go. Aaron, is there a first-person video of this? Please say there is.
I'll throw a couple videos in the Discord. Throw a couple videos in the Discord.
Patty just put the Discord up in there too. Absolute legend right there too. John Merrill says, Aaron, is it hardcore crushing cars for fans? Sadly, it's a blind spot when it comes to central defenders.
John Merrill with comments of the day.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
You know, Josh, it takes like 2 seconds to read them before you put them up. He never reads them.
I just think that's so good.
We're working on quality control here. There you go. Yeah. I love it.
Didn't see it come.
Well,
rehearsal.
What do you think, boys? Do you want to cover off the weekend games? Because ours was the early game.
Yeah, let's do it. I did wake up at 2:00. Just
no one cares about you, Josh.
Yeah, okay. But yeah,
I had to get up early.
Yeah, while you're doing that, just to give a quick update on what's going to happen for this week. Right, tomorrow we'll do the morning show for tomorrow, obviously, and then build up show will be on Tuesday. which is a good time for everybody, right? Game day build-up show, which is awesome. Patty, Aaron, Ken, not sure what's going to happen, but that's going to happen. Live watch along, and then a Wrexham reaction after that too. So got a full day for Tuesday putting in there, which is awesome.
And not to bury the lead, Peterborough did shit.
Just boom. Yep. There you go. Boom. Go ahead, Ken.
Well, first game, Northampton v Wrexham. Wrexham got the business done. 2-0. I mean, I'll get to the footy tip sheet in after this. I'm pretty disappointed about it, to be fair, but we'll get to it.
The easiest win of the season.
Yep. Cambridge United at home to Exeter, and Exeter went away and got the business done 1-0.
Yep.
Wigan at home to Stockport. All the away teams so far. Stockport getting it done 2-0. Then finally a home team got up. Reading beat Rotherham 2-1. Then Birmingham beat Charlton 1-0. Leighton beat Lincoln City. That would have been a good game, 3-2 to Leighton, who we play next, obviously. Huddersfield away to Barnsley got up 2-1. Finally broke their run of form, two very out-of-form teams. Blackpool Mansfield, 3-3 Goalfest. Stevenage Peterborough, 1-1 Peterborough, dangling very close to the relegation zone now. Shrewsbury at home lost 3-2 to Bolton. And then Bristol Rovers really put a dent in Burton's run at getting out of the relegation zone, beating them 3-1. And then in the final game of the round, Crawley Town, one of the promoted teams from League Two, did us a big favour and had a 1-1 draw with Wickham, scoring early, but then Wickham scored a goal not long after, and Crawley had a few more chances, but just couldn't get one away. So they were games.
Crumbling. They're crumbling.
So we are down to 2 points, ladies and gents, for anybody who didn't notice.
Mm-hmm. Well,
2 points behind Wickham.
I can bring up the table.
John says Cambridge sacked their manager tonight too, as well.
Yes, they did. And here is the table, as Paddy's mentioning, as you will see. 2 points off. 2 points off Wickham. Our run of form in the league is 2 wins, 2 losses, and a draw, but we've actually won our last 4 games because 2 games in there were the Jimmy Bag of Donuts Cup.
Mm-hmm. 2 hottest teams is Stockport and Birmingham City. I mean, absolute hottest teams in the league for sure. Charlton were there too, and then they just put up a loss, unfortunately, against, was it Birmingham? Or it was
Birmingham, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's tight up there. It's real tight.
Thank you for that, John, by the way.
Yeah, thanks, Sean. Yep.
So,
good results ahead of us, not so much below us, I would say.
Yep.
1 point ahead.
It looked like it was going good, and then they're towards the end of the games, they all kind of turned on us. Because at one point, for a while, Stockport was drawing, and then Huddersfield was. I don't know if they were losing. I think they were drawing though for a while.
No, Huddersfield was losing, and then they scored.
Were they? Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
The 59th minute and the 61st minute, I think, almost back to back.
Let me just roll something out to you guys too, right? So obviously, Stockport have 2 more games on us, so that's an extra 6. They have points on the board. I always go for points on the board, right? We're at 30. Huddersfield Town had drawn and lost 3 on the bounce, and then won, and they're at 52. I mean, wow, that's incredible. That's incredible that they're still in there. It is so tight there. It is so tight. We need lube. It's so tight.
Well, I mean, and in the only footy tipping comp that matters, Paddy has just gotten on a tear. 1, 2, 3, 7 wins and 2 scores.
I know. 7-0 victories all day.
I can't.
Yeah.
Very, very upset that Paddy changed his tips after the 3 of us went to all that research for him.
Yeah. Do you think we should get him a pizza at the whatever the hell that place is and have him wait 4 hours again?
Actually, if we order it now, he can have it when he goes to Wembley.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. Same at
So
place.
yes, and even like
So
Josh had
does the-
5 results.
Yeah, I kick
But
ass.
does that mean now I have 102 points more than Josh?
Yes, sir.
Is
Not
that
only
what it
that.
means?
It
what it
does
means.
mean exactly that. You're 100 points in front of Josh.
Yep. 102. 102. If my math
Yes.
is massive. Yep.
Yes.
My math is massive. Yep.
And as you can see, the games are already in there for Wednesday for the footy tips. So
Abacadabra, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, all day. There you go. I love it. Can Bristol do a
Yeah.
favor for us? Can Bristol do us a favor? What do we think?
Bristol
And-
either draw or win against Wickham. Well, they had a good game in the last game.
Yeah, they won 2 out of the last 3 drawn. I mean, can they do
They
something?
took care of Burton.
Yeah.
I think it was. Was it Bristol that beat Burton? I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Donnellan, it's the most fun you can have with your clothes on.
Interesting comment.
Mm-hmm. John, our next 4 league games for them. So Reading, don't care. Leighton Orient, the Bedwetters, and Wickham. So can Birmingham City do a job for us against Wickham? I hope so. Only time we're rooting for you guys.
Well, Josh
No,
is now
in fairness, all of them, Josh.
Yeah. Yeah, to be fair.
All of them.
And
They all need to slip back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When is that Birmingham Wickham game, guys?
Sorry?
Yeah.
When is the Birmingham Wickham game?
Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday.
I'll
Yeah, about 2
look
weeks.
for it.
Within 2 weeks.
Okay, nice. Very good. Patty, can you do a Wickham match lineup like you've done for us, so we can discuss who or Wickham can drop points? So the run, he wants him to do the run.
Yeah.
Yes. I can.
Mm-hmm. March 1st, early kickoff, 12:30. So that game will be on the March. Who do we play that day? March 1st, guys.
We play Bolton. At home.
Bolton. Yeah.
Okay, perfect, great. I'll be in Palm Desert for that.
Early.
Oh shit! Is that game 4:30?
Oh, poor Josh. I love it. I think that's awesome.
Oh, so excited until I wasn't. God damn it. All right. There we go. All right. Well done. We just need to concentrate on ourselves. If we slip up, it doesn't matter who's done right. Absolutely, too. And on that note, just out of here, there is a 100th episode of the Eat More Chips podcast coming up. Just want to put that out there to everybody, too. Just want to put that out there.
Excellent.
There you go. We did an hour here. Anything we need to cover else, or are we good to go? We got a big week coming up, boys and girls.
We do.
Big week.
We do.
Mhm.
We're not going to do a footy tip show in the lead up to the midweek game. Our boys will just get their tips in and we'll be ready for, less than 48 hours from now.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Fun stuff. Yeah. I have day off tomorrow, so I'm good. I love it.
Every day's a day off. Who's got a birdie? Esteban. In breaking news, I played in a competition yesterday with my brother, a 2-man scramble, and we shot 9 under.
Nice. Well done.
Very nice.
Big
Well
day.
done.
Big day. We won the competition.
Good job. Good you. I think you meant who's got a bird in their house, but that sounds pretty good.
Oh, that's me. That's me as well. It's morning over here in Australia. It's 10 minutes past 7 in the morning. The birds are chirping. The sun is rising. It's a beautiful day. Don't whinge about getting out of bed early to do this show.
Thanks for your kind of hard work today, boys. Well, I mean, we appreciate you. Kind of hard work.
Clip up the highlights of this show.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Patty and Josh.
Yeah, we're going for Patty's. Well, Patty's going to get him in the mud for sure. And Chris says Paramount Plus doesn't have the Wickham Paramount game. Oh, okay. Yes, please. Should we go around the horn and then get out of here?
I think it's a great idea. Well, I'll go first. Boys, well done. Bloody great day. Good to see us pushing forward. If you're up with the information on Paddy's spreadsheet, we've got one win already out of the first block of 4. And on that bombshell, I will see you all later.
He just left.
He's gone. He's left us.
This
He
is
left
a
us.
show.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, my turn. All right, so this is the graphic that Ken was talking about, that I had in the background waiting and that nobody called to come in. I put a lot of work into this. Thank you very much, everybody. Right, so what we were looking for is basically 3 wins out of each set of 4 matches. And we picked the easiest matches just to show what we have coming up. We took out the win at Northampton. I did update the matches played. So at the moment, we have a 1.93 average for every match played, and we need 2.06 in the remaining to get to the average result for second place automatic promotions. But it's looking good, guys. We have some hard matches coming up, but then as we get towards the end, it does in theory get a little bit easier. And this graphic is in the Discord too. So guys, on that bombshell, join the Discord. I've put it in 3 or 4 times in the chat, and I will see you there. Take care, everyone.
Everyone's just dropping out there.
Well, all right. Well, bye, Felicia.
And on that bombshell.